Hello scrappy friends, welcome back to Nat Scraps and thank you for joining me. If this is your first time here, I'm a close to my heart maker, and what we have been working on for it seems like quite a few days now is Christie's Beautiful Life's 30 Days of Sketches. We are up to day 20. There is a playlist with all of them on, and those that have been playing along with me will know that I took a bit of a break, and then I've been trying to catch up over this weekend that I have a retreat at my house and girls everywhere. And what we did on the Saturday was we used the Stories by Stacey booklet cards, and that's where you draw some cards and they give you prompts to scrapbook. And on this day we drew about me, numbers, lots of photos and different sizes. So this layout was inspired by those 4 cards and what they had on it. Now, I don't know that I actually created a layout that hit every one of those points, but I do like that I scrapped something that was personal to me, that was about me, and that had journaling on it about my journey. So what I chose to do was a little bit of about where I had come from and where I was going, and for that I needed a photo of me crafting. So I had one of my beautiful ladies at my retreat take a photo of me right there. That's me at my desk crafting minutes before I started this layout. And I did place some other layouts that I had been working on just previously to that in front of me to do so. So if you're wondering what my little craft space, that is about 1/10, maybe 1/15 of my craft space. I am very lucky. I have a large studio and a large place to craft. But that is what I look like most of the time. A hoodie and at my bench with all my stuff surrounding me. I am using the Hope and Kindness bits. Through this process of Christie's 30 Days of Sketches, I am trying to use up stuff that is left in kits and papers that I've got left over and things like that. I'm trying to use my stash. So that's what I am doing now. This is the green piece there you see in the center is a piece that I have left over from a layout that went wrong, that didn't work. And it was cut on the Cricut machine, and it is part of one of our digital, close to my heart, digital files. And I just pulled that out and thought I'm going to use that up. I've got all these strips as well from the Hope and Kindness collections. So I've rifled through my box, and this process, guys, I probably cut out half an hour because I was talking to girls and I was printing things off and I was walking around and I was doing lots of different things. So if this video is a little bit choppy, I do apologize. It was a bit chaotic in the workshops, so things weren't as smooth as normal, and it did take me a long time to complete this because of doing things for other people or just chatting and bits and pieces like that. Here, I don't have a second piece of that pink strip without cutting up a whole nother piece of paper. It's a beautiful soft pink with little crosses, little white crosses on it, and so I've split that in half so I can have one half on the top and the bottom, and then I have the same pink paper for the top and the bottom there, but the third piece I don't actually have matching floral paper, but I don't think it's that noticeable, so I just went with that. Now, if you don't know my story, I was with a crafting company for nearly 15 years or so, and that crafting company went under. It was an Australian company. I had a huge family with that crafting company, and I had made so many wonderful friendships, and it was like nearly like a death in the family when that company decided to sack us all, and then we were left in limbo for a while. So part of my process here was that I really wanted to make sure that this was journaling focused and story focused. And that meant starting off with what I wanted to write. So I actually did my journaling before I did this page. So I had it ready to go and ready to print, and then all I had to do was kind of add what I wanted to the page as I went along. And then that did create other problems in that as I was creating, I had to then think of where all this journaling was going to go. So in a moment, you'll see me come in, and it's kind of like, will it go here? Will it go there? And I did cut out a whole chunk where I was like, up here, down there, over here, down there, here, there, everywhere. I started off with my journaling being on see-through labeling tape or labeling clear. I can't even think of the words, guys. The clear plastic sticker labels. And that didn't work in the end. And right at the end, I actually change it out and change it all to white. So I don't think you see the final bit. I think I was still changing it right at the end as I got to the end and realized, no, the journaling has to be the focus of this layout, not the photo or the embellishments or anything else. Here I am taking the time to get all my papers, and I'm wondering where I'm going to pop them and how they are going to be laid out on the layout. Once I've decided finally that nope, these papers just need to not be anything fancy, need to follow the sketch and do these the correct way, or the way the sketch had them, not my own fancy way, then I'm set to get them stuck down. You can see that's my journaling there, and me trying to figure out where to put that journaling. It doesn't explode into a huge mess soon, where I have strips of that journaling all over the page, and I have bits and pieces here, there, and everywhere, and I've moved them, and I've cut them, and I've trimmed them, and I've moved them again, and I did end up in a almighty golly mess there for a while, which is not unusual, guys. I am normally in a mess, but yeah, it was quite funny that I had this big pile at one stage of just bits and pieces of little bits of journaling. So the journaling that is on this, I will read because it's probably important to my story, and that's after 15 years with the same craft company, because as was like family, the people especially. I was so upset when the company let go of all the consultants. What followed was a period of being very unsure about what my crafting future would look like. 8 months later, and wow, I know I now have not only my old family, but a new one as well. Close to my heart is my new home, and sorry, but I am putting up my feet up on the furniture and making it my own. And really, that's how I feel. Like close to my heart is my home. I've got another family, and so many of my other family moved to close to my heart with me, or I moved with them, and yeah, I'm feeling very comfortable and very happy with where I now am. This little pink door had been in my stash for ages, and as I was looking for something to put on this page, I found that little pink door, and I thought that is perfect, and it inspired my title. And I had printed out the rest of that, which was when one door closes, another one opens. And that's exactly what happened with me, and it seemed to work perfectly. So I was so glad I found that little pink door in my stash, and I'm not even sure where it came from at this time. I think it was a little goodie bag I got when I first became a consultant, and it worked perfectly and inspired another element on the page. The little hope down the bottom was perfect also, because close to my heart really has inspired me to hope for a great future and things that I thought I may have lost. And so that was really good too and worked perfectly. That was a sticker from the Hope and Kindness collection, and really did work so well just on the bottom there on the page. That little box of flowers is from, I think, Backyard Bliss layouts I'd done. If you haven't seen that playlist, there's a whole list there, and I had a whole heap of little goodies left over at the end. So I just was grabbing some of those flowers, layering them up and trying to get a little embellishment up there. I attach everything down and then I realized that I've got two embellishments and I really want a third, and so I go and pop another one up in that top right hand corner of the photo, and that gives me a nice triangle. So here you'll see me working through that and trying to find enough of the colors that I can bring some yellow up into that corner as well and have that beautiful triangle that we all love to do with our embellishments. One thing to note here, you'll see that I have the clear sticker label on the main photo there with the journaling on it, and at the very end you'll notice that has changed. I reprinted it onto white cardstock and cut it off. That is because I did want that journaling to be a real focus, and when it was the clear label tape, it did not work and it took away that perfect not perfect, but the emphasis on my journaling. So that does change right at the end. This, guys, is getting close to the end. I do apologize again that it's a little bit choppy and it's a little bit crazy, but this one really was a personal one, and although to me it's probably not the most amazing layout I have ever made, it's a really important story for me to document and remember, and for me to get that out was great. And I don't think I would have done it without one, the sketches, and two, the Story by Stacey cards that we used there. And I will endeavour to do a video a little bit further down the track once I've caught up with everything that I've got going on at the moment, and show you all those and how they can really inspire you to scrapbook stories you would normally not have done. The very final detail there is a few acrylic flowers, white acrylic flowers that I'm going to pop around those embellishments, and that then pretty much concludes the layout. Oh, a couple of tiny enamel dots as well. So just as I put those final little touches on, guys, I just want to thank you for sharing this journey with me. Those of you that have joined me and on my Close to My Heart journey, thank you so much. And for all you girls out there that are supporting me in this journey, I doubly, triply, quadruply thank you for that, because without all your support, comments and love, I don't know where I would be today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and that you guys can get your fingers inky and enjoy some crafting as well. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon and see you on the next one. Bye.